Hello there, everybody,
Hi.
and welcome to the universe. Hi, Kelly White.
Hi, James.
It's good to see you again. Welcome
Thank you
back.
very much. I appreciate that. It's great to be back.
Last week, Janelle, our good friend Janelle Campbell, substituted for you,
That's
and
great.
it's good to
God
have
bless
you back,
her.
Kelly. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you, and it's great to be back. And my favorite place to be.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. See all the names here.
Yes.
And it's Thanksgiving time in the U.S., so it's going to be a
Yes.
show about gratitude tonight.
Yes, it is. And I'm grateful for you, James. I'm totally grateful for
Kelly.
you.
Thank God we have each other.
Oh my God. Thank God.
How could we get through the rough turbulence?
I don't know.
Tell you. I think you just got to pay attention to the magic, and you have that gratitude, that sense of thank you, appreciation.
No matter what it is.
No matter what it is. But yeah, we'll go more into it. But for anyone who was wondering where you were last week, should we tell them we had a page 37?
We had a page 37. Go ahead. You start.
Well, for those who don't know that reference, page 37, maybe a month or 2 months ago.
Yeah, about a month ago.
A month ago, we did a podcast on spirit signs, and we're talking about how, you can get signs in all different ways, whether it's cards or books or little signs. And at the end of the podcast, because all right, James, give me a number. And she was opening up to a book called Why You Go Quiet Mind, which is one of our favorite books.
This very book, The Quiet Mind.
Very book. Mm-hmm. And I have to order more of those because I couldn't find one the other day. And I give it to everybody. It's a great book. And I said 37. And our talk that night was really about a theme was on patience, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about patience. And she said, well, give me a number. And I said, 37. So she turned to page 37, and
it's about patience.
It was all about patience.
So now everything together that happens in
synchronistic, we say page 37. So
we say page 37. So we have one.
It gets worse. Well, it gets more and more and more. So we had page 37 last week. I guess it was a Friday, and I went to get a shingles vaccine because I was putting it off. And I'm at that age to get the shingles vaccine and pneumonia vaccine. So I was calling Kelly on a Friday, and I told Kelly, I said, yeah, I'm going to get these vaccines. And Kelly said, yeah, I'm getting the shingles one next week. And I said, okay, good. And the next Saturday, that following day, you were doing a workshop, and I was going to do the closing meditation. And I got home that night, and I didn't feel great. But then in the middle of the night, I woke up and I was already nauseous, and I was night sweats and the whole thing. And I was really ill. And I texted Kelly at 7:30, said, I really can't make it. I'm really ill. And then Sunday, I called you, I believe, and I just see how the workshop went. And you said, I said, how'd it go, Kelly? And you said, you feeling better? I said, yeah, I'm feeling better. How are you feeling? And she said, oh, it went really well. But, there's this rash on my neck. And
this weird rash on my neck. Yeah.
Said, well, I hope it's not COVID. You said, no, I tested negative.
I tested negative for COVID. And then you
said,
shingles. And I said, shingles? Can't be shingles. Can't be. And so I'll do a little PSA on shingles. I had shingles. And if you've ever had shingles, you don't want to get shingles. So, and again, this is, only one person's opinion, and just you do you, everybody.
Right.
But if you were born before, let's say 1991, 92, something like that, there was a vaccine for chickenpox. But if you were born before then, like James and I were, there was no vaccine. You got chickenpox, and then so it goes into your system, and that virus stays there until something happens. And I'll
dormant. It runs dormant.
It runs dormant until. So shingles, maybe many illnesses run with an emotional component, James, but shingles for sure has an emotional component to it. So if you are worn down and then there's a big emotional situation, which it was in my life, the emotional situation my body just went right.
And I discussed that with you like a month before that.
Yeah, literally. It's about family stuff and control. And, you cannot control. Listen, as we go into Thanksgiving for families, please God, think of me. Don't wear yourself out over it. It's not worth it. But,
don't take other people's energy on.
Not at all. And, the thing is, too, with shingles, there is a vaccine. Some people are pro it. Some people are against it. I would definitely get the shingles vaccine. when I can, I will get it for me, but it's not for everybody. So anyway, yeah. But that was the first of the week, James. Then I had a couple of other big. That was just the beginning of the week.
That was just the beginning.
That was just the beginning. So my birthday, when I had my birthday in September, James, do you remember it was the day before that eclipse?
Yes, I remember. The past several years, you've had these major things.
Major things happen. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh no, not the eclipse. What in the world could possibly, whatever. I don't even go there. But here's what happened. So first I got shingles. So that was the best part of the week. The next day, we found out very sadly that Don's best friend passed away. And it was very sad. So we were really just brokenhearted over that. But then 2 days after that, our beloved dog, Charlotte, now has bone cancer. So the bone cancer it's a big one for dogs. And so we're dealing with that now. So it was a hard week.
Yeah.
In times we will have hard weeks, but I'll tell you what I am grateful, James, for. I'm grateful for, I'm wearing a scarf that covers up all of this. I was grateful that Judy Friedman, shout out to Judy. Thank you, Judy.
Incredible healer. Yep.
It's amazing. I was on.
Absent healer. She's an absent healer, and she does amazing work.
She does amazing work. Amazing work. And then
we were in Sydney, Australia with her. Remember, we were the cruise with
known her for years. She's the best. The best healer. And I also worked with my doctor, G, I'll call him, who's a homeopath, classically trained homeopath. So I'm on a homeopathic remedy.
But there was a remedy that was volcanic remedy.
It was, it was a personal one, but yes, it was on a volcanic remedy.
And you said it was Iceland.
Yeah.
And Kellee was saying, it's so weird, but the past week, I've just really just the desire of cold drinks.
I couldn't get ice in fast enough. Yeah. So, and the remedy is actually for injustice. It was for injustice. So even the things I can't control.
It's almost like this stuff is out there in the ethers right around us.
Yes.
But we talk about it, but even today, I was my physical therapist from doing for my shoulders and stuff. Just keep it going, keep it moving. And I'm on the table and he's working on me. And we talked about the components of health and the components of, life movement is life and motion. You have to be moving, but there's an emotional component, there's a mental, then there's a spiritual and the physical. It all goes together. And one is out of balance, it throws off all the other bodies. So to the degree of that, your physical body will be the last place that things are shown.
Yes. Right? Yes.
So I'm always grateful for health. I'm grateful every day to be when I wake up. I just have immediately of gratitude, and it's just a thank you for another day. And I look at my doggy, and I walk out of the garden, and I start the day off that way. I really do. Every single day I do that. Well, I'm sorry. I first have a cup of coffee.
I've been with you. That's true.
That's true. Yeah, but gratitude. And for me, it's something which I don't know if I want to say it became a habit, but I tried to program myself that way. And also with that sense of, as we've just talked about, that observation, not jumping into things. Not Thanksgiving, a lot of people are on their families. And this is a great opportunity for you guys to just witness, to just observe people behaving in their dramas and their play, but don't be part of it. Stand back and observe how people handle different things. Don't get pulled into it. And I have gratitude kind of, I don't know, I'd say for at least 2 or 3 years where I wake up and have gratitude, and I get that sense of just observe things. And it's, to me, it's healthy, it's happy, happy, healthy, and
and don't get on the roller coaster. So you observe and you see where they are.
People spin out, and the more you observe, you see more spinning out. Don't judge, try not to judge it, but just say, wow, this is how they're handling it, or they can handle it. And that don't pull you into it. Say, okay. And that's it.
And it's not even from a judgy point. It's just, it's an observational, move. It's very helpful to do that.
I think with gratitude too, Kellee, it's that sense, I guess you can call it many things, but maybe it's in a sense of awareness, having that sense of awareness every day. And I mean, I'm just so happy to be able to be, you and I talk about it. People are sleepwalkers. A lot of people out there are unconscious. Yeah. Like the people that are right. Yesterday, this guy was right in the rear of my car. I'm like, what's going on, buddy? And I went the speed limit, a big old, I don't know, truck. What do they call those trucks? Man trucks, whatever the heck they are. And
man truck.
I don't know what the hell they are. The big thing. The kid's probably 20 years old. He has a big tire. It's like, what is this? I don't get it. And he's pressing his lights in the truck. And I'm like, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was going at speed limit. Really not. I'm not a slowpoke. And Yeah, he just went by me and went, yeah. And I went, hi.
Oh my God.
But people are, running around like
Yeah.
spinning. Like, so you just got to step back and observe and just have an awareness. Gratitude is an awareness. It's an awareness of being.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and James, let's talk about, how does gratitude open your heart?
Well, I think that again, I think it goes the many different ways of having that sense of mindfulness, awareness. Um, when you start getting gratitude, there's a sense of receiving,
Oh,
receiving.
yeah.
That's really a part of it. It's receiving and allowing yourself to receive, and that's really, I think, what it's about. I did. I'm reading I told you earlier today or yesterday about this reading I did on Friday with this gentleman, and it was really interesting because when we work as mediums, we work with three components: ourselves, the recipient, and the spirit. And all three have got to be on it. And
Right.
like in my case, the recipient really wasn't. I thought, well, I have to have them feel and be aware and have gratitude. And for his wife to pass, and what's her name? How do you feel? And he talked about that and gratitude for having her in my life. And then she came through very nicely to him because he felt her. But I think having an awareness of who you are in your heart, you realize that we are made of love. We're loving beings, and that's really, we
And
should live
also an
that.
awareness of how you feel at the moment, what's going on. So many people just shut things down and shut
Yeah.
things off. And it's really important, especially when you're doing a reading, to know how you
Well,
feel.
it'll catch up with you if you shut it off. In life, things will catch up if you don't look at things and do
Mind,
things.
body, soul. It certainly
Mind,
will.
body, soul. It's
Yeah,
true.
it's so true. I mean, what gratitude does is it shifts your perspective on things, doesn't it? You start to practice gratitude, and what it really does is it gives you a conscious focus on things, changes
Yeah,
things.
I think also when you step into that space of gratitude, it gives you that sense of, I don't know, for me, it's like I'm connected to others. I'm connected to a bigger source, a bigger sense of things. And I have a sense of oneness. I have that sense that
Yeah,
we're all, I don't know, maybe it comes to that awareness, but there's this sense of one and this wonderful connection of everything. But I've had gratitude too with gratitude and gardening. I do it. I thank the flowers for growing and the trees I have gratitude that I'm placed in a space that I'm able to receive the love from the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom and the insect kingdom. And I appreciate, it also, I think gratitude comes with appreciation. I think appreciation is a
truly,
big, big part of it. I really do.
truly, truly.
Yeah,
And
I
when
really
you
do.
when you have appreciation, it's hard to go into resentment or dissatisfaction or any of that. When you appreciate something,
And it's interesting, Kelly, because we talk about everything being energy. And those, for me, like resentment and I don't know, anger. And
hmm
I really get a sense of the vibration frequencies of words now,
totally.
the sound
hmm
and grateful and love and forgiveness. It's just that vibration, this frequency seems so much higher and lighter, where other things, I don't know, ego based or dense. It's so far away from who we are.
Yeah.
And I think with gratitude and awareness, it reminds you who you are. You're a soul having a human experience. And every time you have gratitude, it kind of puts that awareness, puts you in that center of that place. It puts you right there for
And
me.
absolutely. And also, it really helps with anxiety. If you suffer from anxiety, having gratitude for whatever it happens to be is so calming on your nervous system.
It brings balance back and it
Yeah,
brings a
yeah.
peacefulness. It brings a
Mm,
sense of, alignment. I know that. And I do
totally.
that yoga every day with my yoga practice. I just feel that sense, that connection, that peace and alignment. And again, I have gratitude for the body. I have
Right.
gratitude the body can, I can work. I have gratitude for my breath. I have gratitude for, and it's very interesting. And I think it's also part of living in the moment, being part of the moment, having gratitude for the moment, because that's all we have. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's yet to be. So if this moment now, so I'm fully present and I have gratitude for being present in this moment. I'm fully living the best awareness I can in that moment.
It's such a conscious place to be. It
It is.
also increases empathy and connection, as you said, but really empathy. I think empathy is so important because it fosters that interconnectedness. We're all connected.
Yeah. I just think that sense also with gratitude is, I don't know, for me, I can only speak from my point of view. It makes me happier.
Oh, for
I get a
sure,
happy.
James, for
I start
sure.
dancing, and I don't,
Right.
me. I'm pretty dancy. I was playing with my dog Pearl today in the
Dancing.
yard,
Yeah.
throwing the ball around. Like, I bet people watch if whoever watch me, he's a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty, and I am
Oh,
because life is
truly.
too short. Really, life is too short.
That's true.
Don't let the turkeys get. Brian Weiss said that. Used to say that all the time when we did cruises together and worked together 25 years. And he used to say, we used to talk every day on the phone. And he'd say, remember, don't ever let the turkeys get you down.
I love that.
And mean Thanksgiving.
Well, and especially if you're going into Thanksgiving with some family, think of what you have gratitude for, because what it also does, James, is it softens the defenses. It does. Yeah. It's soft. It breaks down barriers.
So if you have a problem with a family member, Kellee, let's say someone with their family, and someone starts acting out, family member, I think it'd be great if the person says to that person there these issues, say, "I'm so grateful for you to be in my life."
Truly,
it'll spin that person around.
They won't know what to do with it.
No. Because when you say that,
and then you stand and observe.
Observe, and you see what are the lessons that you're learning. What's the reason why that person, let's say a family member in your life, why is that sibling in your life? Right. Why is that brother in your life? What is the components here? Look at all the components and the reason why it is. That's my Virgo part, like pulling it apart. I love
that. Truly, and
that's really where Virgo comes in, the personality traits. I think
it's a good one, James.
I love to figure out the personality traits of people.
Me too. I like to crack the codes. But again, some people, as you and I have talked about this many, many times, are limited. So you don't want to put too much energy into it
said that.
if they are limited.
Yeah, and you got to meet people where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean you have to accept them for that. I mean, you can, you don't have to approve and of everything, but you don't have to judge them. But just that's where they're at. That's their understanding. And I was telling Kellee before we got on this tonight, the podcast, I was listening this morning to Leslie Flint.
Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah.
So Leslie Flint, for those who didn't hear this one before, was to me the greatest physical medium that ever existed in at least 20th century. And I had the great fortune to sit with Leslie Flint 3 or 4 times when he used to visit Hollywood with my teacher Brian Hurst. And Leslie was a physical medium, which means that the substance called ectoplasm, and that would come out of his mouth and his nose and ears. It comes out of the orifices, and it's like a cheesecloth sense, I guess. And when I used to sit in development circle, it used to come out of my ear, my right ear.
Wow.
And I remember they made the spirit people, from Leslie Flint's perspective, would make an artificial voice box, a larynx, and the spirit people would come and they would talk about going to the space where Leslie was sitting in the seance room with other sitters, and there was the brilliant light would go up into the ethers of the spiritual world, and the spirit would come and watch and see what's going on. And there would be the guides that were working with Leslie in the artificial voice box, and Mickey, who was his main guide, and they would come through and transmit their thoughts into this box, and it would come out sounding amplified like the voice that they had in the physical life. So Oscar Wilde's come through, Queen Victoria, Valentino, who had a terrible voice. That's why silent pictures didn't work. And it was so that you can go on the internet and look up Leslie Flint and go to Leslie Flint Trust, and there is recordings of many, many of his seances, because the 2 scientists, Mrs. Woods and Mr. Green, funny enough, they recorded reel to reel of many, 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 at least 20 to 30 or 40 of his seances. And you can hear these voices talk about this spirit world, about the death conditions, their life here. Queen Victoria is fabulous to listen to what she said. And Oscar Wilde, I never forget this. He said, "Well, in your world, it's sinful to be natural, but in our world, it's natural to be sinful." And it's just so today I was getting Victor Zaman is a man who lives in Australia, and he's a lawyer for the afterlife. Wonderful, wonderful man. And he sends out a newsletter every Friday, and great information, videos and recommendations of books and so forth. And many of them have Leslie Flint, one of the tapes, one of the transcripts. And this morning was about a farmer from England who died. And you can read the transcript and also listen to it as you're reading it. And he said, the scientists asked him, well, how'd you find yourself when you died? Well, didn't know much about it. He goes, I just slumped over. I don't know if I had a stroke or a heart attack, something like that. And he said, but then I looked and my body was down. I was walking to the road and people coming by and trying to talk to them. They can't hear me. And I go to the parsonage and talked to him, but he didn't answer me. And he said, and then I just stayed around my body, watched these strange things happening. They brought me to a space, and it was so weird because I couldn't get back in the body. And then I went to they put me in a box. They put me in a box, and then they had the ceremony, and they brought me to the cemetery where my wife was buried years before. My wife died younger, and he goes, and at the cemetery, I turned around, and there was my wife, but she was much younger now, and my brother who had died at 19, and they were coming toward me. And And they ran up and I said, my goodness. And I knew it was my wife, but she looked very, very different than she did when we were married. And she was very young. And my brother was young. And they said, so sorry, so sorry. We're late. We knew you were coming over, but we were late getting here. So sorry. And he said, what are you talking about? He goes, I'm trying to speak to people and they can't understand me. And the wife goes, oh, don't pay attention to them. They don't get it. And they brought him to a beautiful garden that he remembered. And his dog Rover was there. And the beautiful gardens. And they said, this is just to help you adapt, to get used to this new life. And he said, it was all very natural. It's just all very natural. And I think that's one thing about death. It is so natural. And I think if you have this awareness of gratitude, mindfulness, kindness, goodness, and you put those aspects and those attributes out to the world and you live that way, I think when you pass the other side, that's going to be waiting for you, those very positive attributes. And, negatives too, but the positive ones will certainly help you and guide you. And you'll be very proud of the life you lived and how you treated people. So like the boy that went like this to me yesterday in the truck, after he passed, said, bless you. bless you. Got it. No,
he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. So most people don't know. So I think we have to make a change. And I every day I smile people. I say something positive. And I've had people say, well, I'm so happy you're here at this gym. Or, oh, well, Jim's so happy. You're always, because, you have to be that way you got to be that which you want the world to be.
Yeah, you've got to model it.
Yeah.
No, it's really true. And, one thing about gratitude too, James, is it strengthens your intuition. So if you are in this work in mediumship or psychic or healer or any of that, you have got to have gratitude because it opens up the heart, it expands everything, and it strengthens our intuition.
Yeah, it brings you to the inner self, not the outer self. It brings you back to the inner self.
Yes.
And I love that the meditation I do. Some of Tony Stockwell gave me this phrase, which I love. And it's, when you begin your meditation, close your eyes to the outside world and open them to the inner world of light, because that is who you really are. And that gratitude, again, opens those doors to your soul. And your soul language is intuition, into the soul. So it's true that Kellee, that knowingness.
I have to tell you, I had a wild dream a couple of nights ago, again with my
You always have these wild dreams.
I do. Right? So this one was wild. I was walking somewhere, wherever I was walking, and I looked up and I saw my mom from the other side, and she was upside down. Like I could see her, but I couldn't really she was upside down. And then she turned around. She was wearing a pink gym outfit that my mother never in a million years worked out. So she had one outfit in the 80s probably, and this was it.
But she used to wear pink, right? She used to like the color pink.
Love pink. And she turns around and floats down and starts walking with me. And she said, Kellee, I want to teach you something. And I'm like, my mother never walked a day in her life. So we're walking and she's in her little pink workout outfit. And she said, Kellee, the most important thing you need to tell everybody is to process what has gone on in their life. Process it. So, whatever has happened, process it. And you can walk and talk and process, but you need to process things. It was really important to her. That's the second time she said that to me in about a month's time.
You and I spoke about that in another way where we said it's not too late in this lifetime while you're still in the body to have a life review.
Exactly. So it goes along with having gratitude that you still have the ability at this moment to forgive, to be grateful for, to have compassion for, to whatever that person came into your life for, was to learn something. What did you learn?
And nothing happens by accident. It's only divine timing. It's divine timing. It really is.
Right.
I got to read you something if you don't mind. Bear with it, because I'm doing a writer's course now, which I'm telling you.
Yes, let's talk about this.
Okay. So I'm doing a writer's course. It's the third time I'm doing it, but this is a real different one because I used to have it for 3 months. Now it's 6 months. And I'm helping everybody with covers, what they need a cover or a story idea or how to expand their story idea or, so we talk about that and an outline and what to do with it once it's done. And I read a couple of chapters when it's done and give suggestions. I'll give suggestions throughout the 6 months, but it's really exciting. I'm very excited about it. And one of the things that you'll find, one of the exercises, actually, I was thinking about doing, and this is very funny, and this is how spirit works, and I'm thinking about an exercise, what I want to do with the writers, and I said, one of the exercises I thought 3 days ago, I'm going to do this. I want the person that's writing to write a blurb for their book before they write the book. So then I'll tell them what the book is about, what they like about the book, what the story's about, right? So that was 3 days ago. And then yesterday, a good friend of mine from many, many years has a friend, a partner of his, and his partner wrote a book. It was a love story about someone he knew. There was a relationship, and it was. And would you mind doing a blurb for the book? I'm like, oh, look at. I read the book. Sent me a month ago, and I read the whole book, and I wrote this blurb this morning, which I want to share with you and everybody because it got back to that sense of writing and that creativity that it brings, and even words can bring. And I have gratitude for the ability to do that, but words and how they can, change people. So I'm just read this to you if you don't mind. All right, here we go. Okay, so the book is called "Guess What? Guess What? I Love You."
Oh,
it's a real relation, and I'm not in the book, but I know a lot of the people that are in the book. It's so strange. Okay, I said depicts the heartfelt journey of two individual souls divinely threaded together by the mystical circumstances of life, and how they live out how they live out the rarest of human understandings of true love. Utilizing slices of charm and entertainment, this beautifully crafted piece demonstrating that love, in its purest form, lives beyond time and space and continues to grow stronger with the dawning of each new day.
Oh, that's beautiful. Nice? Yeah, that's beautiful. Nice? That's really beautiful.
That was so weird. Like we talk about page 37. That just happened this morning. I wrote that at 6 o'clock this morning.
I remember who the story is about now.
I know.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. So, yeah. Anyways, that's good. So I get high on that.
You're great at that, though. You are so creative. I mean,
I love that.
You love it. You love the creative process.
I love the creative process. Yeah. Words have such a, like we talked about earlier, frequency, a meaning, and how to put those meanings together where they make a beautiful mosaic, a beautiful painting.
Well, you have an ability that a lot of people will never have, but when you have this ability, James, when you open up like this, those ideas start flowing, and I've never seen anything like a fountain. You're like a fountain, and they just start coming in and out. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think
people should definitely be taking your course.
The writer's course, they should. Yeah. And mediumship too. You mentioned that some friends will take. That's still open as well. And we're having a big sale for Thanksgiving, like everybody, the Black Friday, and it's our biggest of the year with a Black Friday sale that starts Friday and it's going till Wednesday. So it's the writer's course. Everything is on there, so people want to.
Oh, I think that's fantastic. And you have a lot of people have already signed up, I think.
Yeah, we have 40 people in the writers course so far. We just started.
That's amazing.
Because people told each other about it, and they knew it from the past. So,
but you only do this every
every 3 years, maybe. I mean, let's say 3 years ago. Yeah, because it takes a lot of time, and things change. Of course, now we have AI, and we're going to talk about that, about the difference between regular writing and AI, and and so we cover a lot of topics which I hadn't done in 3 years. The world has changed so much. Even publishing a book has changed, as you know.
I do. Getting a
book published is like. And how is this book coming along, Kellee?
Oh, the audio book. We had some problems with Mercury in retrograde because the audio is coming out, and it should be out soon, hopefully before Christmas. Right. It's up there with my house remodel, hopefully before Christmas. I should write a book called "Hopefully Before Christmas." Hope springs eternal, and I'm grateful for everything. How far I've come on a lot of this stuff.
Hey, before we go on, Kellee, if you don't mind, everybody that's listening, well, if you're able to do this, would you grab a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil? Because I have an exercise for everybody.
Ooh, how great! Let's go for it.
Okay, so I want everybody to, because I every time I do this, I have a pad next to me. I always have a pad and a pen. So I would like people to write on the top of that piece of paper gratitude.
Okay.
And then you can go one by one, just start writing words down. Not sentences, just a word of gratitude. What you have gratitude for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a good one. Huh. Wow. And things will come through what you don't even expect. Wow. I don't know why I'm writing what I'm writing, but it's just coming right out of me. Okay. What is yours? You want to do one when it's done?
First one I put, it's just really funny, is family.
You're so funny.
I know, biggest pain in the ass, but yet it's still, I am the most grateful for them.
And your moon is in Cancer, right? So
yeah, so that would track, right?
That would track. Mine was love. First one was love.
Oh,
What was your second? But the ability to love.
I put nature.
Oh, what good one. Good one.
Mm-hmm.
I put joy.
Oh, that's a good one. What else
did
you put?
Patience.
Patience. Okay.
Because it's hard for me to have patience, but I've learned over the many years to have patience.
Yeah, no, patience. That is page 37. It is a good one. I put friendship.
Mine was next was friendship.
Yeah,
Kellee,
for sure. For sure. And you know, James, I put my work. I really do love what I do. I'm so grateful for being able to do the work I do. So grateful for it.
Yeah.
You know, aren't you?
Yeah, I wrote down compassion.
Compassion.
And then under it, opening doors. So exactly what you're saying. Opening doors, meaning opening people's
minds. Oh, James, you've opened the doors you kicked down the doors, you opened the doors, you kicked them more. You've done so much great work on this planet.
Well, it's funny because someone said to me, you know, this other guy he's doing these, I don't know, cocktail hours, 300 people. I said, well, that's good, but I don't know what the intention is. I don't know people's reasons anymore for mediumship. I don't know if the world has changed.
Good question.
The world's changed so much.
Yeah.
I don't know what their intentions are. Is it to be famous? Is it for money? Because that's not the right reasons.
No.
And I don't know if they know. I don't know.
No, it's not the right reason.
Development.
No. It's got to be to help people.
It's got to be to serve.
Got to be to serve. I mean, that is the highest intention.
Yeah, I wrote gratitude for hard times.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about why a soul would come onto Earth, for God's sakes, Earth, and have hard times. Let's talk about that.
Why your gratitude? Millions and millions of schools out there, and the galaxies that were available, and spheres and realms. The Earth is one of the hardest, most densest places to be.
Oh,
and many times it's the most unnatural for us because it really is. We're not. It's like pushing us into a box and staying down here. Like that's why I think as a kid I used to love my favorite toy, Jack in the Box. I'd love it.
Right.
Natural, loved it. I just think that it's a space that we have formulated. It's called the realm of form. And it is a place where souls come to experience these physical things, the building blocks, if you will, of what human consciousness is about. Understanding humans, understand that human aspects. And the only way you're really going to fully understand it is to become fully involved into the aspects of being human, because that's the only way you're going to get it. You can't talk about it. You got to experience it in order to fully get it. It's like, my friend Magda, who I don't think you knew little Magda best. Did you know her?
No, I didn't, but she was the tiny gal.
The tiny Hungarian woman who was went to Brazil with me and did ayahuasca when she was 75 and in the jungles of Brazil. And great. And she said to me, she must have been 72. And I said, so Magda, she goes, oh, James, I taught, and she was Hungarian. She survived Nazi Germany. She did the long walk. And the soldier said, do this. She said, no. And she stayed alive. She was she was like Dr. Ruth. And I said, so Magda, what did you do? Oh, I taught metaphysics for 30 years, but I also was a therapist. She was a therapist. Wow. And in the 60s, she would help hippies.
Wow.
And she'd help people having a bad acid trip and like, well, and I'd say, and she goes, that was my specialty. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, how did you, what about acid? How would you know that? She goes, oh, I dropped. I said, you dropped. Oh, I dropped. How can I talk about something I didn't experience myself?
There you go.
So it's really, really true. We have to come back to experience it fully.
Absolutely.
And I think we realize once we pass into the world of there's no time over there in the realms of back home. And we look back and say, wow, there is no time. And that man this morning, I was talking about the man for the Leslie Flint tape. He also has mentioned about time feels so strange. And it's because there is no time here.
Yes.
And it's very, and we get to this side of souls like, yeah, I'll go back to experience that human part of me again, because it'll help me grow, understand, expand. I think it just builds up a sense of, we also got to remember that we're all connected. So we're doing it for each other as well. Mm-hmm. It's not just our own growth, it's for everyone's growth.
And when you choose a difficult path, which on Earth, if you're here right now, believe me, you're going to have a difficult path.
Yeah, it's for advanced souls.
It's advanced souls, but it also is to deepen you, to help you understand, really get empathy, really get compassion, really understand the forgiveness piece.
Empathy.
How else are you going to get it? right?
Empathy is a great word.
It's a great
Empathy is
one.
so covers everything.
It covers
Empathy,
everything. Yeah,
understanding someone else. Thankful to have them in your life to help you to understand, to learn that lesson. So
exactly.
empathy is
Exactly.
a great one, I think. And there are many people nowadays, sorry, the generations coming up now of kids in their 20s, and I don't find a lot of empathy. It's because they don't have that human connection like we did when kids, but they have the devices. So they're always like a
It's
device.
going to be a big. It'll be interesting to see how they make that breakthrough, because these souls will have to make the breakthrough for that.
They're going to have to, but it's going to be a
Yeah.
very different world
Oh, totally.
because these souls have chosen this particular time, and this world has been created, and this technological thing going on, whatever it is, that these souls are going to be okay with that, because that vibration, it's almost like they pre-planned it before they came back
For
here,
sure they did. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And we
for
do
sure they
that.
did.
And
Yeah.
because this is a very, very different frequency that we're used to.
But you know what, James? I really believe that empathic souls, empaths, will still come to Earth
100%.
no matter what. They'll always be coming here, because they will be some of the greatest teachers that a lot of the souls will need.
I just heard progression.
Oh, I got chills when you said that. Yeah, progression. Yeah.
And it's very interesting because, those souls that come back, not only, maybe they lack empathy, but they're really also technologically, or they're advanced in other ways. And I don't say it sounds very judgy, but we don't understand things because of what in our lifetime here, it's different than it would be for them coming in now. So it's so different. It's a different, in our world, Kelly, if you don't mind me speaking about us with growing up. And I heard this last night in a television show. Someone said, well, that's what manners are for. Don't you have manners? Thanking someone. My mother used to make us, ask for being excused from the table before we're allowed. You remember that? To get up and leave the table.
I still do. I still have that feeling of it.
Yeah. That's so different now. I don't think kids, know that. I just, and for me, it's interesting because family, and we talk about that, and friends and so forth, everyone's so busy. And it's interesting. No one contacts. I mean, it's so funny because we have these phones and it's very easy to call someone and communicate, but yet people don't do it as much. It's such a dichotomy because they're not.
It's a strange thing.
Isn't that interesting? I noticed that today.
I see that a lot. But you know what I did notice, because I haven't worked for the last almost 2 weeks, and what's been amazing about that is that I sit, I rest. I love sitting in my pajamas. I've had the I think everybody should take a week off, 7 days of just straight pajamas. It's the greatest thing ever. Calling people, it's just been a nice rest, actually. So I was grateful for it.
Every day we need to have a time off, and I do that. Because I work with Pearl in the morning and in the afternoon. I'm tired and working, and I find that after 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, it's my time, and I just sit in front of the blue tube or read a book, and I just. Chill, and I have a cup of tea. I have a nice.
I'll tell you, James, I love this book, and I got you a copy, but I love it. Young on Nature, Technology, and Modern Life. Do you know how long ago this was put together? It's fascinating because it really does talk about he wrote a lot of essays. Young wrote a lot of essays on being the modern life and being in nature and how important nature is, and not to lose that.
Yeah, that to me is an instinctive. I've always been
right. You've always been that.
Always. Yeah. As a kid, I used to crawl. And there are pictures of me crawling on the grass and holding up a flower. Literally a picture. It's one of the cutest pictures of me when I was like 2 years old. And I'm sitting in the grass. I think I have rosary beads in one hand and a flower in the other. Yeah, I think I have to find that photo. It's a pretty cool photo.
How old were you when you got into animals and your love of animals?
It was thrust upon me.
Okay.
Because we had to have family cats and dogs and so forth. But I loved them. There was nothing, I just loved them. And I was really into insects. And I created an insect club when I was a kid. Because I was fascinated with butterflies and insects and how they crawl around in that world. And bless the ants, because when a kid, you magnify him with the sun. Now I think about that, kid's imagination. But I found insects fascinating. I found fish fascinating. I used to have a lot of fish, tropical fish, and used to fish tanks and so forth. I found the beach interesting. I found the ocean fabulously interesting. Wow. I just always. I always had that sense of curiosity, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Nothing to me appeared. It was hard for me to understand this world. I'm doing my autobiography right now. Of course. I'm writing about sitting with my grandmother when I was 9 years old, 7 years old, looking at her window in Jackson Heights, Queens, the subway, and all the people going by, and we talk about their stories, and it's very interesting. I think I was just a sponge. I just wanted to take it all in.
Probably, I bet
and
you
I still
were.
do, and you do. I mean, that's why you're a psychotherapist, if you will, and I was going to be a psychologist. And we want to see the way people think and people behave.
Oh yeah, I'm always fascinated by it. Really fascinated. They do fascinate me.
And curious, like what's important to that person, and
totally.
why is that important to them? And is it because of their family history? Is it their own separate makeup? And it's so.
I always am curious about why somebody gets stuck. Like, where did they get stuck in their life?
Well, what do you find? What do you find an overall
family, parents,
is it
family belief system?
Early age, right?
Like early 0 to 6. Something went on along the way.
Yeah. With a lot of my
or later on, we learn. And my favorites are when people will say, my family was great. I have a perfect family. Oh, I cannot wait to peek under that hood. Really?
And like the about that. Down. Yeah, I had a lady the other day was about that same thing, and I was talking to her. I said, "Oh, you're a control freak." She goes, "No."
Right, that's right.
And it was a lot of stuff, and it was she goes, "No, that you're describing." My mother said, "No, it's you. I'm talking to you. I see it. I'm uncovering that. I took up the hood off the cover. I see." And I wasn't judging. It was just an observation. Yeah. And it's an honest observation.
It was an honest one. You're very good at going, wait a minute.
Can be kind and sensitive, but at the same time, strong enough to say, come on, let's look at this now. It's not doing you any good. It's going to corrode you to keep it. And you want to get rid of it now. So
It's so true. It's so true.
Oh my look at this. Joni. Joni, I'm grateful for being fortunate enough to meet both Kellee and James on a cruise. Yes, and so are we.
That was fun, Joni.
That was great.
That was a good one. We've done a lot of fun things, James. I'm really grateful for those amazing times.
Well, my favorite, we got COVID together. That was
we did COVID. We did get COVID together
on my 65th birthday.
That's correct. And we did go to the hospital together. And when we left, there was
screaming at the pharmacist. Wait, we have COVID. What? Come on, wait. Will someone help us?
That was
Kellee, give it up.
Oh yeah.
We have to move on.
We
were so sick. Oh my God.
We were really sick. Yeah.
I was in a wheelchair at the airport. I mean,
I remember you left your bag on the ship.
I left my bag on the ship.
Yeah.
And that was like a whole blur. Those 3 days, like a blur.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But thank God we did it together. See?
We did that together. We did some good things together, and that was one of them. Joni said she caught it too, and she was so sick the whole time.
Oh yeah. A lot of people that cruise that were on did, and it's very interesting. Our good friend of ours who lives in Boston stayed later. This is very interesting, and mentioned to us that she slept in, and I guess it was 9:30 or 10. The captain came on and welcomed a new group of people, and and they barely had time to clean that ship.
Right.
The turnover was so quick, so you wonder why people got COVID and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. But everybody that's going away for Thanksgiving, just be grateful that you're going to be with maybe somebody you really love, or grateful that find something to be grateful about.
And breathe a lot.
Breathe. And observe. Don't join. You don't have to get on the roller coaster. Observe.
Yeah. Just have gratitude for experiencing life and the moment.
Right. And that we have another Thanksgiving coming up, which is really quite something, I think.
I was going to fly back to upstate New York, and I had this overwhelming insight and intuition that said to not do it. So
as much as I love your cousin up there, Ruthie, I love Ruthie. But yeah, that would have been a rough
I heard there was a tornado in Ohio, or there was
one in Texas. Yeah.
That's
true. We've got a big snow coming in Wisconsin.
You do, don't you? Yeah.
We do. I'll be in. So
how's the farm, Kellee? How's the
farm? Is fabulous.
Did you ever catch the cow? Did you ever catch the cow?
Oh, they did catch the cow, Karen. They caught her. They got Karen, fortunately. And then we have a new neighbor. He turns out he's great. So everything worked out. Life will cause you a lot of stress, and then all of a sudden things just work out.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Don't stress anybody.
If things are so easy, it would be very boring here, right? It'd be very boring.
Right? That's the truth.
And also gives you an opportunity to think of a different way to resolve something, to open your perceptions. And You know,
Right.
I do I do have gratitude for my little girl dog down here
Oh
because
yeah, she's so
uh,
great. Oh, and
um,
this is a good question, James. Crystal's asking about your TED Talk in San Diego.
oh yes, that's on my I think it's on my website and it's on my Facebook page. I did the TED Talk in San Diego, and it was about everybody should watch it. It's about
Oh, it's
life review.
good.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I worked on that for about a year and a half. I can
Yes.
remember I was in Europe and
Oh, I remember when
it
you
was a whole thing. They wanted me to memorize,
did.
and I'm not memorizing this. And yeah,
Right.
National TED didn't pick it up, which is fine. But it was just to get out in social media. So if you do see it, everybody, and you feel you want to share it with people that you
Oh
know,
yeah,
please spread
it's
the
really
word.
good.
It's good. It's about having that life
It's
review
super good.
in current life, and you'll see it if it resonates with you, which I think it will. Just send it to people and
Oh my
say,
God.
"Happy Thanksgiving! Glad you're in my life. Thankful you're in my life." You know.
And we are going to do predictions, Vivian, in December. I think it's the 16th.
Yeah, it's on our list there
So
to do.
yeah, we
We
will
love
be
doing
doing
prediction
those.
show.
Yeah, it's
And we have a
always
lot to
fun.
predict for next year.
We do. I'll just say that, for December December will be a lot of, completions of things, a lot of completions, a lot of processing, a lot of completions. And January starts off with a poof.
It's funny. You said to me, I don't know, several months back about November. And then you said, "Oh, November," and I'm like, and now that we're at the end of November, I'm thinking back about it. I'm going to draw something because this is what I think we all experience in November. Hold on, the stock market, when it goes up and down.
Yeah.
I keep on saying like this for November. This was the,
Yes.
up and down, and
Up
this,
and down. Yes. Yeah.
yeah. So.
November's a deep month. It's a deep month here, But I will
When
say in December, James, I have the angel class I'm teaching with
is that, Kelly?
Janelle.
December what?
I'll tell you the exact date. It's on a Friday for me, December 12th. It's a Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time.
And you
But
do
in
that with Janelle.
Australia, if with Janelle, it will be on a Saturday. So if you're in Australia, it'll be on a Saturday morning. But we're really excited. It's the angels and the archangels, and we're going to talk about them and what they have for us for the year 2026. Janelle and I did it last year, and then she channels the angels, and it's really extraordinary. I love working with her, as you love working.
She's the best.
She's the best. Yeah.
She has like the soul key she sent.
Oh my God. Okay. She did my soul key for me.
Oh, did she do it?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm so sorry. It's been a week. Sorry.
So yeah, Janelle does a reading for your soul key, and it's amazing. It's your genetic soul making.
Amazing. Yeah.
And you put
she
your
went right to
birthday
mine.
in, right?
Yeah, birthday and time of date and all of this. And you know what came up for me? Arcturian. Shocker. That's what I've always said. Yeah, I've always known Arcturus. But yeah, she's great. She does it. I read yours. It was fabulous.
Mine was me. I mean, it was like it was.
I'll send you mine. You'll love it.
Come back to be a medium in this lifetime to serve others, and it was like, that was part of that. She didn't put any of that in.
No, and you know what mine did? And mine said I came back to be a psychotherapist, a medium, and a spiritual teacher. Yeah. No,
so if you want a reading with this, Janelle Campbell, go to her website. I think she's doing these soul readings.
I don't know if they're ready to go yet, but you can certainly go to her website to see.
Okay, but they're really intense.
I think she's working them out, but they're really, really good. And she will promote the heck out of that.
She has a formula about it, and it's so on. And there's a design as well, your soul key design, and it's like. And it's so weird. It's sacred geometry, and it's so weird. When I saw that, I was like, I've always been attracted to that particular design.
Oh, totally.
It's in the back of my book, Growing Up in Heaven, that exact design. And it's so weird. It's my soul key.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yours is good. I'll send you mine, too. That's good.
Please.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Well,
James, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to go with mutual friends of ours, Ron and George, down to their place. Yes, in San Diego.
Give them
and
my love.
A couple of friends who work with Esther Hicks, and we're going to hang out together. And we haven't seen each other in such a long time. They're all just going to hang out.
Guaranteed fun. You will have a ball.
Yeah. And I think on Friday I'm going to meet my new people. I haven't told you this, but I just joined a music group. I'll be doing the vocals.
No
I joined
way.
It's like a choral type thing.
You love this.
I know.
Thing.
I watch on YouTube that I'm like, I could do this. So it's like a concert thing, and you could join it if you have to go to auditions. And I watch this, and for years I'm thinking to myself, I've always wanted to do like singing or express myself, and I didn't know it. And I swear, Kelly, was weird. I was watching this YouTube thing, and this choir is going on, and I started crying my eyes out, just tears rolling down. I'm like, I can do this. It's like this is presented to me,
Right.
and it's going to change my whole future. I just know.
Wait, so you're doing that this Friday?
Meet people. I'll meet some of the people Friday. I have to be accepted. I got to audition.
Is it in San Diego?
It's in San Diego.
Oh, honey, I'm so happy for you.
So I'm waiting for the audition time, and you know, you got to be. You got to buy your own costume. I think you got to buy your.
You could do all that. How fun is this?
I want to do it for a while, so it's good. So it's yeah. So it'll be a. And my voice is rich, and it needs to be expressed.
Oh, as I said, you're a fountain.
Yeah.
It has to come out in different ways, and you've wanted to do music for so long.
I've written musicals, I've written songs, I've done all that. I mean, it's just I've been dancer.
Oh my gosh!
I used to audition for Broadway shows back when I was a young kid. Yeah.
Oh my God, honey!
It goes back to that time when the first psychics I went to see, and she used a Ouija board to tune in. Because I didn't know what she was doing. She goes, well, and she'd say certain, and she wasn't getting anything for the Ouija board, but that's how she went into that knowingness state. And she looked at me, she goes, you're an interesting person. And I saw her on Cablevision. That's what I saw her on, Cablevision. That's how long ago this was. And she goes, well, you're an interesting one. And she goes, oh, there's no school for people like you. I said, huh? She goes, you could do this and that, this and that. She goes, you're multi-talented. You have a lot. They don't have schools for people like you because you're so multi-talented in tasks and things you could do. And I think that comes from lifetimes, Kelly. I think
totally.
All different lifetimes you build these things up, these aspects of your soul. Yeah. And I needed all that to do the work I'm doing, to be here, to be present, to help with this movement. If you said to me when I was a kid, you're going to help change the consciousness of the planet, but what do you, I wouldn't. I still did. When the medium told me that, I thought he was crazy. But
I remember going to a medium and she said to me, you're going to help your generation. I didn't understand in the world what she meant.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That was in the early 90s. You're going to help your generation.
Yeah, my mom was around 90s when this lady said, you want children? I want 2 boys. And I always knew I was going to have 2 boys. I said, yeah. She goes, you're not going to have children this lifetime. She goes, the world will be your children. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Well, especially when you're young and you hear stuff like that. You're like, what?
I'm like 20 years old, I think. I mean,
oh my God. Everybody's so excited about your music group. James, I am thrilled. I'm going to be thinking about that all night.
Some songs to sing. Yeah.
What's your favorite musical?
I miss not singing like, I used to do musical theater, and I miss not doing that. I just miss, someone to be singing, which will be great because, I used to sing Impossible Dream quite pretty well, to Dream an Impossible Dream.
What's your favorite musical?
Wow, that's a hard one. I love Stephen Sondheim's music. I just love his music. But I also love, let's see, Sweeney Todd is one of my favorites.
Oh,
I saw Sweeney Todd in previews because I knew I saw Evita in previews because I knew it was going to be a big hit. This is going to be a hit. And I remember I love the music, and I love Patti LuPone, that role. I think to this day, that's one of her finest roles she's ever done.
Yeah.
And I met Patti. And I miss that creative part, but I've done it in my work. We use that creative energy for mediumship. That's what mediumship is. It's that creative energy. So it's serving in different ways.
Wow.
Well, thank you. I'm very grateful you're in my life. Thank you, sweetheart.
Very grateful for you. Thank you. And I'm grateful for our audience. You guys, thanks for listening and watching.
Thanks, everybody. We're grateful to have you.
We're grateful, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Set a lot of boundaries and a beautiful table.
And observe. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.